What's going on, guys? It's Kyle again with DTOM Knives and Gear, and today we are going to be talking about another knife that was sent to me by my good buddy Big Bore Knife and Gear. This is the Steel Wheel Plague Doctor. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back, guys. Okay, today, this is a knife I have never seen before. Scott was gracious enough to send it my way. He knows what I like. He knows I like big knives, and this is a big old knife. Never had in my hands a steel wheel knife before, believe it or not. So super excited about this. I have carried this around a little while. Oh my, Emma Floyd, kind of a wind with a while. Jeez, can't talk tonight, guys. Carried this around a little while, and it's a big boy. Bam. It is a flipper. And the action on it is really nice. I believe this thing's on phosphor bronze. You know what? I didn't even look. Yeah, I believe this thing's on phosphor bronze, but with a big old blade like this, you know, on these flippers, the action is, as long as it's got somewhat good action, is almost always flawless with a big old blade like this. And you can see this thing is just a beast. Of course, flipper, liner lock, stonewashed drop point blade, which just is really beautiful. I really like the way this thing's all blacked out. It is designed to be a tactical knife. So it has a very big handle that fits my meaty hands really well, and this jimping right here that I can just, you know, as far as thrusting, your hand's not going anywhere. It's got this nice little cutout right here where your hand can't move up, sharpening choil on the blade. Really, really nice. It is super, super sharp. You know, designed for a tactical blade, but this will definitely do any EDC task or even big task that you want. The steel is a D2, and of course, G10 handles. So this one, I'll be honest with you, as far as the ergonomics, I was surprised because, I mean, look how fat that thing is. You know, and I got big hands, you guys know that, but I was thinking, wow, that's pretty thick. And I guess, guys, it's just my hands. I like it. It fits my hand great. So if you've got smaller hands, you may not like it as much because it's so wide here. But for me, you know, it's relatively thin. I mean, it's not like crazy thin, but it's about average as far as the thickness there. But really feels really feels good in the hands. And like I said, I can put my thumb here, or I can even choke up on the knife, put my thumb back here, and it feels comfortable each and every way. Tactical knife, let's see if it feels, oh yeah, feels really comfortable in the reverse grip, even though I never use this grip, but it does. So very, very nice. All right, let's get some size comparisons in before we do the specs. Here it is against our regular size comparison knives, the Spyderco PM2 and the Spyderco Para 3. As you can see, the Plague Doctor dwarfs them both. Big, big guy. Another staple that we always compare to is the Benchmade full-size Griptilian. So you can get a kind of idea on how big this knife is. And then I busted out another one of my big knives to compare this to, which is also a flipper on bearings, which I think this one's on phosphor bronze, but I'm not 100% sure. But as you can see, this is the Kaiser Sheepdog XL. So very comparable knives as far as the overall length. You got a little bit wider blade on the Sheepdog, but just a big knife. Guys, if you like big knives, this is definitely one to look at because this is a budget big knife. This one's only around 73 bucks, which I think is a great deal. I do like D2 steel. I have a lot of knives in D2, and I really like it. It's, you know, it is a budget steel, and so I expect to pay a budget price when I get D2. And that right there, with how much I love this knife and how much it's really well made, 73 bucks I think is fine. It has a really long pocket clip on it like that, which works fine. It's just, I'm not a huge fan of the pocket clips that do that. Come on, camera. Jeez, there we go. That ramps up that far. Because this knife is comfortable, but that's the only thing I feel. Even though my hands are meaty and I can barely feel it, I know a lot of people are probably going to not like that poking them. So that's really the only thing as of right now that I can say I do not like about that is the pocket clip. What is the specs of this big boy? It is a 9 3.6 inch long knife. Big old thing. It's got a 3.9 inch blade with a blade width of a 1 inch 250, and the blade thickness is 160 thousandths. Like I said, it's, drop point stone washed, which I think they did a really good job. I love black stone wash. I think it looks gorgeous. And so really, really well done. The Plague Doctor, as you can see, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name because I'll slaughter it. So whoever that is designed this knife, and I really, really think they did a good job. This is something different that I just don't see every day. You guys might know a lot of people that have them, but I don't. But this is definitely something that I could see myself buying in the future, or whenever especially when I first started getting into knives, something like I wanted just a big, beefy workhorse of a knife. And I think this really fits the bill. And at $73, I think it's a really, really good value. Because it's put together quite well, and it just, I believe, is a workhorse. It's one of those knives where you might pull out of your pocket and people go, whoa, what are you carrying? But I like that. That's just who I am. I like it when I pull my knives out and people are like, hey, what you got today? Yeah. Pull out a big boy like this and like, whoa. So that's just me. Some people live in states where that's kind of frowned upon, but you know how I feel about that. So anyways, guys, this is the overview. I wasn't able to really put this in pocket a whole lot because I had a whole bunch of knives from Mr. Scott from Big Bore Knife and Gear. But I did do some of the regular cutting that I do, which is, packages, cardboard. It did great. I think I did a couple of zip ties too. So, D2 steel, I think, is an excellent budget steel. I would much rather have a D2 than any knife in HCR13 MOV, which is still a fine steel if you're not paying too much for it. But I just think this is a good deal. So anyways, guys, I really appreciate you stopping by. Go check out Scott at Big Bore Knife and Gear. If you like this kind of stuff, hit the like button. If you want to see more, hit subscribe. I do a giveaway every month, so if you'll hit the notification bell, you will be notified whenever I post those giveaways, and so you can take part in that. We live in a crazy world, guys, so make sure to be safe, and we will see you in the next one.